Da 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 da.
Hey guys, Pete here with Crunch Time Coaching. In this video, we're going to take a look at what I think is the best technical serve on the WTA Tour in 2021. Hopefully you really enjoy this video. Also, list below some of your favorites. If I don't have your favorite server on the list, let me know. Maybe we'll do another analysis on there. So this is Jen Brady. She's actually not my number one pick, but I really do love her serve. I think it was a big part of her going deep at the, I think she did very well at the U.S. Open a year ago and did all right at the Australian Open as well. So what I love about her serve is, first of all, this toss, the way she uses her wind-up and the toss is very deceiving. Like, if you look at this toss and you're playing her, it's even, like Federer's got that toss where you can't really tell it's going, but this almost always looks like it's even set up the way her back is arched and everything. Like, this looks like it's definitely going to be a kick serve. And she's got a great motion. Look how that ball even continues to, let's just zone in on that ball again. And clear this out, blow it up. If you can really look at this now, you can really see right here. Really looks like she's going to go into a kick serve motion, and how she can still deliver power in this position anywhere in the box. So that's one of her biggest strengths. I mean, she can hit this serve anywhere from this tossing position. I love what you're going to hear me talk a lot about in this video. I love the way she sets up, and pretty much all the pros, the men, the women, most of them have great technique these days, much better than in the past. So you could see that she's set up deep into the tilt. I love how her tossing arm is set up. Racket's in a strong position. She's got her legs loaded, and when she's starting to think about unlocking those legs, loading up, right? Jumping up into the ball, this is when the racket drop is going to do most of its work, which is super important to, really have the racket drop release with the, see how as her racket drops behind her back, the legs start to pop up and extend. And right here, again, it looks like she's going to go into a kick serve, and she's able to get this thing to go down the middle, and you can see her opponent now having to go from here in the corner, kind of set up like an array position for return of serve for a kick serve. You can see her foot in the doubles alley, and now Jen's able to give that kick serve look and make her start to run to the middle. So far distance to have to go just to get the ball back in play. So Jen's able to really use the entire box and deliver a lot of not only spin, but power, and one of the best and coolest looking forehands on the WTA Tour. She's able to then, look at that. So look at that. That was an awesome little play. She went down the middle and then inside out forehand winner. Let's take a look at one more of her serves, how she uses this toss disguise to fool her opponent, set up her big forehand. So here we have a different angle of her serving. If you've watched and I'll put it up here, I'm going to actually draw it. Let's get this in yellow here. You can click up here if you want to watch my best ATP serve of 2021. And I talk about its very common theme, Sampras, Felix Alday, Auger Aliassime, who made my list, Goran Ivanisevic, the kicking up the toe, pointing the toe to the sky in the starting position puts extra weight and pressure on the back leg, so you can really use that for a load and explode experience. So we can see that Jen uses this too. Again, love her serve motion, and now we can see that toss, again, looking like it's in the kick serve position. She's in the trophy position, holding the trophy position, and the legs are now loaded, getting ready to spring up to the ball. This is when we're going to start to see the racket drop The racket drop is dictated by the leg drive, as Rick Macy loves to say, and I've quoted that a million times because I don't think a lot of people still understand that or use that, and that's how they lose a lot of power. And you can see here, now all of a sudden, she is going to kick that ball out, and her opponent is now in the corner. And again, now she's going to go and bring her starter moving. So, love Jen Brady's serve. One of my favorites. Not my absolute favorite, but definitely I wanted to point this out. Let me know what you think of her serve. Let's go to the next amazing athlete. Okay, so Maria Sakkari. I love her. Love her game. Love her personality. And in the last video I made when I was analyzing the men's best serve technique, a number of you said, you didn't really put any small people in the video. And what I love about Sakkari is a lot of women on the tour are taller than her, but she's so strong, she's so athletic, she's so physical. Her technique is so strong and powerful, explosive, that here you go. So right here, again, showing that athleticism and technique, even if you're not the tallest person, you can still become a power player. Like when I watch Maria Sakkari and looking at her body and looking at her hit and how explosive she is, love this smile back here to the camera. They say, can you do it again? Watch this serve. So she's so explosive. You don't think of her as a counterpuncher or anything like that. You think that she's bringing it to you, and she's able to do that because if you've ever watched her workout, she's so fit and strong, but also the technique is so strong. So let's take a look at what I love here about her serve. First of all, again, look at this, guys. She starts out, so you might want to consider doing this because a lot of pros do this. She actually starts out, weight on the front foot. You can see the back heel up a little bit, but then she quickly goes into, she also widens her base. Look at this. Her legs are together, then she widens her base. Jeff Saldenstein talks about this a lot. So what do I mean by that? Look at the space right here in between the legs. So right there, this is going to allow her to load up more in her core, her hips, everything. By doing this, we're going to see her body come back to the back camera here, and it's by the way she goes from here to here with her leg. Okay, so I love that. I love that she does that. Now here's another move I love. I love how she steps up. Again, like I was saying, now what we can do, very physical with the serve, now we can see her upper body back to the camera. So this is now going to load up, spring load it up to us. And she also steps up, which a lot of players don't, even a lot of players on the Pro Tour. I love this. Some people say it's not that big deal. I like it. Some people will step to the outside of the sneaker here, but she steps up inside the sneaker. You see what I mean? See the way her legs are? And now she's really set up super deep into the tilt. The racket's in a power position. Again, we can see the knees fully bent, and the racket has not dropped and flipped behind the head yet. Okay, it's still in this holding position. You got to hold the power somewhere to explode it into the serve, and that's what she does so well. That toss, you can see, much different than we had when we looked at Jen Brady. Like, this is more, she can hit any serve here, but you're not thinking it's definitely a kick serve. So this can go anywhere. And look at that deep racket drop. Bam, now it flips. And watch how, this is another interesting thing. A lot of people don't get to see this too often. Look how the racket is on edge here. I mean, look at the angle of the racket at this point. There's no way she can hit the ball. So she's holding it there. And then as she gets ready to hit, and look how fast that happens. Even this super slow motion, it's hard to get this pronation move out. Bam! Pronates out, curls around it though to add some slice. Look at the landing, look at the balance. Big old scorpion kick here. And then to really hold her balance at the end, I love how she uses this arm. I prefer a tuck, but again, she uses it. Some people kick their arm back and out. She uses that beautifully to hold her balance, to hold her landing. A lot of people don't think about that. What happens if it's a great serve but it comes back? You've got to be ready for the next ball. So that's what she's doing so beautifully right here. One of my favorite serves on tour for sure. If you like Maria, give this video a like right now. Let me know who else should be on the list. I know there's going to be some favorites that I didn't put on this list for you. Let me know who else you love on the women's tour. You love their serve, you love their game, and I should make another video about. But let's move on, because she's not number one on the list, but man, is she close. There's not, again, we're looking at pro, that's the difference. When you look at pro tennis, like Chris Evert, one of the best players of all time. You look at her serve, got a lot of technical issues. Now today, men's tour, women's tour, it doesn't matter. You're getting to the top. You're pretty much flawless technically. And I love this. So much to learn from watching these amazing players right here. We're going to go to the next player. Who do you think it's going to be? You'll find out in 1 second. Next player up, number 2 in the world, Sabalenka. And maybe the biggest 1-2 punch in the game right now. Again, we can see that toe slightly lifted off the ground. And here she goes. Deep. Maybe the biggest tilt that we have. Look at that tossing arm. Absolutely beautiful. Just like I mentioned in the video where I was analyzing the men on tour. I say, if you can get one thing out of these videos, look how they use that tossing arm. I call it the windy tree. It's coming back beyond the baseline, pushing the hip out, really loading up their body to go up. Okay, you're wondering why a lot of your serves are going in the net. You're probably not doing this with your arm. Your arm's probably like somewhere here at this point, or even here, and then there's nowhere to go but down once you start jumping up and trying to put power into it. So they set themselves up to where they can launch up into the ball. Love this power position. Love this power position she's showing right here. And then, bam, she flips. She's got like a little weird racket flip. Looks a little funky compared to a lot of the other players. So it's kind of like going there, and then she flips it like back the opposite way. Looks a little different. Doesn't really make a difference as far as anything negative. It might have some positive effect. But she goes up. Look at the extension. Bam, and when she hits it, you can really just feel the pop that she has on the ball. You just like see it even on TV. And then she's able to set up and just, let's go here, just crushes forehands. Just absolutely, if you watch her play a lot, she does this so well to where she brings the heat on the serve and establishes her balance. And the first ball, if she gets any kind of good look at it, it's crunched. So that serve really sets up a 1-2 combination, maybe better than anybody right now. So close to being number 1 on my list. Really, really love her serve. I just think that, she's got a lot of power, pretty good second serve, but my number 1 on the list, I just love the fluidity that we're about to watch, and I love all the different variety that this player has. I think you're going to be very happy with who I picked. Let me know if you like my pick for my favorite technical serve on the tour. We're going to analyze it right now. Also, just so you know, Serena's not on here because, there's so many. I think Serena overall, best overall serve ever on the women's tour, maybe even on the men's tour as far as technically how smooth it is, how devastating it was. But there's so many videos made of her about the serve. That's why she's not on the list. Osaka's not on the list because, just kind of out of it right now. So that's why you're not seeing those two on this, but it doesn't mean that I don't love their serve. All right, here we go. Final drum roll, please. Let's do this. Okay, number 1 on the list, Ash Barty. Maybe the closest thing I've seen on the WTA tour that reminds me of Federer as far as just so smooth. So we're going to take a look at a couple serves here that she does. And I just love her motion. So here we go. We're seeing that you got to have a built-in delay somewhere before the legs drive up into the ball. So notice one thing. Watch how high her toss arm is. Not the ball. She didn't have a very high toss. She's got a great toss, perfect toss. That's why I love her serve. It's right here. Look at the arm, but look where the racket is. The racket's still way down here in a holding position. So what she's going to do is hold her racket down low. You can see the toss arm much more along the way as far as the progress of the serve than her hitting arm is. So she holds it down there. So then it's just going to be smooth from here on out and continuous. So as her legs drive up, then again, boom, she goes into that serve. I also really like her toss, especially for recreational players. Notice it's a little bit more out to the right than a lot of the other players we looked at in this video. I mean, compare this toss to Jen Brady's toss. I actually like this more for recreational players because I like to think of it going through a window of opportunity and having it be to where it's like you could throw a ball through where you're going to hit your serve. So, this right here is placed for that. Where if she were to throw a ball instead of a racket, it would have a nice, easy flowing throwing motion. So I love that. Again, she's set up here perfectly. We can see at this point almost all the players look very, very similar to where their legs are in a full bend and the racket looks like it's in that classic trophy position. And then now at this point she's obviously thinking about going up, exploding up to the ball. And once she does that, now the racket starts to drop and she hits. And then we can see, love her landing, very similar to Sakkari, where she's having the back arm back for balance. Look at the toe, pointed right to the box. That's another big one that a lot of people don't really consider. Making sure that you land with your toe facing to your target. Pay attention where your toe is. Film yourself. Does it go that way? Does it go that way? And just try, right? Make sure it's landing right at your target so you're balanced for the next ball. So beautiful, beautiful serve motion here. Then we're going to get one from the side. And let me know what you think of this pick. Do you like Barty's game? Do you like her serve? I got to go watch her play at the Australian Open. Then you really see how smooth she is, especially when you see her play live. It's kind of cool. Got to go to the Australian Open. All the Aussies were saying, come on, Barty, let's go party. Remember that Come on, Barbie, song, Let's Go Party? They were doing that for Barty. It was really cool. But, again, look at this. Look at the tossing arm. Look how she loads in that position. Steps up inside the sneaker. Racket drop. Full extension. Smooth. Super smooth. Got the big scorpion kick here. So, if you liked all these videos, if you learned just one thing, or if you're inspired to go out and practice your serve today, like this video. If you want to see more of these best of lists, consider subscribing. I'm going to have the best of the men's ATP forehands coming up, the WTA forehands, backhands, one-handers, two-handers. If you don't want to miss that, subscribe right now. And also, if you're looking at all these serves, you're like, man, how are they doing that? How are they going up? I don't have that continental grip. I don't know how to hit a spin serve. I want a better toss. I want more rhythm. I want everything. Then I've got a free serve course for you right now called Serving A to Z. You just go right up here and you click. You're going to see a little icon appear, and you click on that, and when you do, you get a free serve course. And we're talking about 30, whoops, that's not what I want to draw. Come on, Pete, get it together. I want to give you 33 free serve videos right now. People love this course. It goes over the rhythm of the serve, how to get your toss under control, how to hit a slice serve, how to hit a kick serve, how to get your serve flattening out with more power. All that stuff in this course. People love it. Make sure you take advantage of it, and we'll see you guys on the next video. All right, you can also go onto my YouTube channel and watch the best of the men's serve ATP Tour for 2021. after you watch this video. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.